I'm doing this recording, this podcast to really have a conversation. And it's really like an answer to a podcast slash conversation interview that Anthony O'Neill had with Tony Higgins. And I'm telling you, y'all, if you haven't watched it, go, okay, or yo, and listen to it, y'all. Because it's something, one of the best conversation that I've ever listened to, that I haven't heard, that I ever heard ever so far. And the reason is I've listened to so many conversations with women, where they complain about, when they talk about it, where they do this and that. But again, there is just that thing that we're missing, where I wish we could come on the table. I wish we could sit as women and men and seriously start healing at the table. Literally, y'all having a true conversation with brothers and sisters and say, this is what is really going on. This is what is really wrong. My name is Bricia T Mayombo, your healing and transformation coach on a mission to help you on this healing journey, so you can become your best version. You can be able to have the boldness, the wholeness to serve the world, your family, in your mountain of influence. So I'm talking to you, and let's have a conversation about healing at home. Let's have a conversation about the missing control. I listened to it and I was so captivated. I was so happy. I was so excited to really finally heard what was missing, a man getting the true perspective of really what it is like to be a woman, like so to speak. A lot of women I know, and I'm not part of that conversation, are saying that I don't need a man. No, it's not like you don't need a man. It's like it's essential for you, for your human being, for your balance. That is my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. I honor and respect my opinion, and I value yours to this. But listen, there is a reason why God said it's not good for a man to be alone. There's a reason why God said that you have to be found. There's a reason why God created a man and then a woman. We were supposed to work together. We're supposed to be together. We're supposed to get married together and start a family. We are evolving in society where we're doing things before, which is causing us strong. So my point of that, my comment is that it is the time for us to take responsibility. And the first and number one most important responsibility that I want us to be aware of is I'm talking to men. I want men to be aware. There's always been that conversation since the beginning of the world, saying that, oh, it's the woman that you gave me. It's the woman that you gave me. The reason why I'm not a good and successful man, I'm not, that man, is because the woman that you gave me. Let me reframe. After so many counseling, after so many books that I've read, after so many experiences that I've seen and witnessed people around me, God shows you the woman. God presents you the woman. God kind of guides you, the kind of woman or the woman he presents to you. Eve was presented to Adam. Eve was presented to Adam. God never gave a woman to Adam. Adam made a decision, say that, oh, this is, he recognized the one God presented to him. He said, this is the woman that I want, born to my bone. She be my wife. So literally as a man, you have to understand that whether you're a Christian man or you don't believe, God doesn't give you a woman. You make your own decision to choose to seek that woman, to find her. If you do find her, if you do seek her, because now the things are reversed, but that's not the point of that podcast today. You have to be the one choosing, making the selection of this woman. So you have to take the responsibility. Once you do, even before you go seek with that woman, I want as a man, there's a conversation that we're not having usually, that we must have it. If you want to our society to get evolved, if you want healing to be, if you want to break generation course, these are the conversations that we need to start having in our family, in our classroom, in buses, in podcasts, so that we break yokes. Number one, as a man, you need to start having that conversation with yourself. Who am I? Who do you think that you are? Who are you as a man? Number two, you have to think, okay, what is my mission? What is my mission as a man? What is the reason I'm here? Number three, you need to say as yourself as a man, saying that, okay, what is my vision for my family? And I always joke because a few years ago, I always said that, as I have African background, and as African, we, when your father gave you to marry and stuff, there's so many things that parents expect. But I'm like, it's time kind of to kind of revive the conversation that we need to have and start asking men, okay? Fathers asking men, exactly in 5, 10, 20 years from now, what is your vision for your family as a man? Where do I see my daughter to 5 to 10 years now as a man? You're taking my daughter today, but what is your vision as a man? Because again, God gave the spiritual world to the man. A man is supposed to be a leader. I know this is my opinion. I'm attached to it. You think as you want, but as a kingdom woman, as a conscious woman, okay, as a Christian woman, I'm a Christian coach. You have to come back to the principle that we're missing. As a woman, you have to understand the man is supposed to be the leader. But a broken consciousness woman, or a woman who hasn't here, will not understand this part of it. That's why I came. That's why you need to take courses. That's why you need to sign up for Eve Academy and all the things that I'm doing, sis. You have to understand that as a man, you need to have a vision for your family, for your woman, because your woman is like a garden. Your woman is like the project that you need to have. A woman is like is something, your daily walk. So what is your vision for your woman that you're taking? So many men are saying, yeah, I'm seeking a woman. I'm seeking a wife. I want a wife. Okay. Once you have the vision, I'm going to say, okay, what is the plan that you have? What are the plan to work or seek this woman? And as a man, are you emotionally stable? As a man, have you healed from your past trauma? As a man, have you had a good relationship with your father? Because let me say that why I'm bringing a relationship with your father, because the relationship with your father is gonna make you, it usually makes you who you are, because a man who never had a good relationship with his father will have a hard time to be a good man himself, will be losing also his self-esteem as a man, because he never had that assurance for his man. It can also have, that other balance, knowing that security that he needs. The other one is also knowing that your value as a man usually comes from the man in your life, which is your father. So if you never had that relationship with your father, you have what they call, that father wound or daddy issue that we take with God. Not only God had that issue, also men have that issue. So have you fixed your first relationship? Have you fixed your earthly relationship? Is your relationship with your father healthy? Because according to the way you deal with your father, you're going to raise your kids like this. You're going to talk to the woman the way you see your dad talking to your mom. You're going to love your woman most likely the way you saw your dad loving, or your uncles, the men in your life, loving their wives. That's what I'm saying. It's so important to check yourself before you seek. You need to check yourself, because again, your house, your relationship is going to be based on who you are as a man too. The society has put us to that the woman has to do when the relationship is broken, it's because of the woman. It's the woman that you gave me. Or the woman was not this, was not this. But again, seek what you put on the table, because a woman will only multiply what you give her. A woman will only really bonify what you give. If you give her a plate, like I said, if you put a grocery on the table, she's going to make a meal. If you give her your seed, well, she's going to multiply it. So what seeds have you planted? Or are you willing to plant for that garden to grow, so that the environment, Eden, can be just on earth? So you can have a happy wife, like I say, happy house, happy wife, happy house. Are you able? What ingredients are you bringing? Today, what we're doing is when you meet a man, always talking about his jobs, his businesses, things that he's doing. Those are material things. But again, you don't have to have $1,000 billion to be the marriage material man. You don't have to be making billions of dollars for you to find a wife. Because again, if you were the reason, why are so many rich people divorced? Why are so many wealthy people alone? If that was the only thing that was keeping a wife in the house. So many men are so focused on the career-wise, are so focused going and thinking that the only thing they have in mind is just the only thing that we need is just going material. I'm saying we need money. We need that. But again, that is not the part that we need to be focused on. That's what the society is going wrong, because balance is missing. As a man, you need to seek yourself healing also. Before you go seek, you need to ask your question. Have you had a therapist? If you've lived in a broken home, if you never had a father in your house, if you never had a man in your life that spoke to you as a father, have you healed from that trauma? Because that's a trauma. Are you seeking a therapist right now? Are you seeking for help as a man? Because again, according to the vibration that you're bringing, you're going to attract also the woman who is matching your vibration. A lot of them wants a woman to cook, a woman to clean, a woman to carry a baby, a woman to go seek of money, everything. But again, there's so much that a woman can do. That's why we need to be balanced. That's why we need that equipment. And let me tell you, when a woman says that she doesn't need a man, you need to listen again. And we're going to talk about it next, what she really means. So I wanted to start that conversation back because healing needs to start right now. We need to sit at the table and stop saying that it's the woman that you gave me, or the reason I'm not because of the woman that I have. No, you have to take your own responsibility to heal, to be whole. Then you can be able to go and seek. Once you have a vision, once you know who you are, hopefully you're a Christian, hopefully you have a good relationship with God. That means you're healthy, okay? Once you understand your role as a mature spiritual man, then you're able to have that woman and introduce to her to your garden and be able to have the tools necessary to be nurturing that garden that she is. I hope that blesses someone there. If that does, let me know what you think about this conversation. Should we have that more about that conversation? Think about it. Comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next.